Hello everyone, this is Hannah from Path of Peace. Thank you so much for joining me for another reading. I have a candle here. It is my peace candle that I lit for all of us and for this world as a prayer for peace in this world. So by joining this video, you are also joining this peace prayer for the world. And I have my cards ready. And let's take a look on the hints that will be available through the cards. If you are new on this channel, then welcome. Thank you for subscribing if you feel called to do so. I would like you to know that I do not read future or past, or I'm not making predictions about people's life. I basically use the symbols of the cards to tune into a healing potential or healing stories that can help us in our everyday life. If you resonate with this, then I am more than happy that you are joining me once and again. So I will just shuffle the cards a little bit and let's take a look what is ready. So I will just pull randomly. Our healing story. So, what do we have here? We have the card that is called Distant Thunder, Clear the Air. Then we have this beautiful card of Crossing Bridges, which is amazing. And then we have the card Journey by the Moonlight, Believe in Magic. And please forgive me my English, because I just lose words from time to time or mispronounce things. But I am doing as best as I can. So we have Distant Thunder. This is such a beautiful card because this is inviting us to take a refuge. As you can see, this beautiful lady somewhere in the tower or castle, and there is like this thunder and lightning coming through. Lightning is like this powerful symbol of clearing, of changes, of accumulated energy being discharged. But it is also like a sudden awakening, sudden illumination, sudden changes, unexpected things, something that can hit us hard, symbolically said. So there is an invitation basically, and this is so important, I feel, for everybody, for all of us, that when the outside world gets way too overwhelming, way too chaotic, way too challenging maybe, it is like taking that refuge and allowing that air to be cleared, taking that refuge and maybe waiting. Sometimes it's not about action in our healing. Sometimes, I would even dare to say many times, because somehow, unfortunately, as humanity, especially in the Western world, we ended up on this like go, 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 doing, doing, doing. And we somehow forgot resting in that being, taking that refuge, not interfering into everything, not reacting to everything. This is also a card that is inviting us to explore our reactivity, to explore how do we live our everyday lives, and what choices are we making, and from which space are we making them. So taking refuge, allowing the air to be cleared. Then there is this card of crossing bridges, which is a beautiful card. I like this card because it is like a connective tissue or like a glue that is putting things together. When we are crossing bridges, it means that those bridges were created. Yeah. And this world again and our lives needs so much these bridges. Bridges between the inner world and the outer world. Bridges between nations. Bridges between religions. Bridges between those parts of us that are hurting and those parts of us that are okay. You know, like that inner communication, that inner bridge in our awareness. So that we can be more and more whole, so that we can experience more wholeness rather than fragmentation. Bridges that are connecting different communities, different worldviews. Bridge is like this healing symbol that is also like connecting what is seen and what is unseen, the seen world and the unseen world, the world of God, the world of spirit, in whatever way you wish to call it. So it almost feels like there is an invitation to take a refuge, to wait for maybe things to calm down or better opportunities to show up, and then see where these bridges are. How am I creating bridges in my everyday life? How am I connecting that what sometimes looks contrary, or maybe sometimes it feels even like very polarized, very different? How can I create these bridges? And usually these bridges are happening in our open heart. When we do not grasp so tightly onto our worldviews or opinions or ideas, what is good and what is bad. Because when we hold way too strongly our identity or our way of being and perceiving the world, then we are basically cutting everything that does not fit in that worldview. We are cutting it away. And this world so desperately needs bridges. Bridges that are made of love, of compassion, of deep listening, of kindness. So, again, an invitation. Again, an invitation. How can you create in your everyday life, as best as you can, that strong refuge for healing, for mending, for releasing, so that you can continue moving on into a more peaceful and balanced state? And again, it is also collective, that we are doing it collectively. Every single person that is practicing this individually is also helping the collective energy to shift. And the final card is beautiful. It's like a card of magic. Believe in magic. And there are these little beings and fairies in the forest, in the moonlight, dancing in the moonlight. And this card is usually connected with joy, with this spontaneous joy, allowing life to be magical again, allowing life to be like a wonder. Because many times when we are down or worried or in pain, we somehow forget to see the beauty. So basically this card is inviting us back to that space of seeing beauty in this world again. Not seeing just all the problems and difficulties and challenges and painful things, but also creating a very strong container for seeing and appreciating that what is beautiful. And trusting that there is also like something much bigger than we are that is unfolding behind the scene. You know, many times when, for example, we do not know how to do things, or we are sad or challenged in any way, we somehow disconnect from that higher picture or deeper connection, that there is also a power of love behind the scene. Yeah, that we make one little step and this power will make 100 steps just on our behalf. So, on a very practical level, this can look like really consciously choosing every day a short practice in that you will recognize what you appreciate. Yeah, for example, I do appreciate right now in this moment as I'm looking on this candle, I appreciate the warmth of the fire. I appreciate the fact that I live in an apartment in that it is allowed to lit a fire, because in many of these modern complexes these days you can't even lit a fire, and fire is basically like this very basic essence of nature. So I'm grateful for this fire. You can be grateful for sunshine on your skin, or air that you can breathe, clothes. Yeah, just those are very basic things allowing us to see the beauty. Or maybe you will notice a bird singing, or a little flower blooming among all the concrete of the city, if you are not lucky enough to live somewhere in some kind of beautiful nature. Those little tiny things that bring back magic into our lives, and that are eventually creating bridges. Bridges between us, among us, among all of us. So I feel that's the message today. And again, take whatever you need to take. It's not a prediction of future or anything. It's just an invitation to deepen maybe your healing journey, so that you can feel more whole. It is an invitation to a practice of kindness and compassion as well at the same time. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will be looking forward to connecting with you once and again soon. Bye bye for now.